probably already know or notice that I do this every time that I sit down, and it has become a habit without thinking. But it's really great for letting the sitting bones relax equally. So I invite you to do that with me. Just take a couple little rocks side to side and just allow the sitting bones to equally drop down in the seat of the chair. Your hands can rest on the thighs. Gently close your eyelids, diving a little bit deeper into your inner senses. So when we close off the sense of sight, you might notice a play of light behind the eyelids. You also might notice your other senses ever so slightly heightening, getting more sensitive. You're welcome to notice how you're feeling in this moment. Maybe pick a couple of words that might describe how you feel right now. And give a tiny bow with the head, just to honor these feelings. Whatever they are, nothing's right or wrong. And let your head come back to center and deepen your breath. You can have the eyelids closed still, or you can pick one spot to gaze. And if you're gazing at one spot, let your gaze soften. Letting the lips gently seal. Breathing in and out through the nose. Contracting the throat slightly so you can hear your breath sounding like the ocean. And each time that you inhale, your lungs are expanding. And your diaphragm, as your lungs expand, your diaphragm is down here. As air fills the lungs, the diaphragm goes down, which makes the belly puff. There's no actual air going into your belly, but your belly will fill from the diaphragm going down, which is why we always say, send your breath down into the belly. If you think of a young child, like say a 2-year-old, standing and breathing, you can see their belly move. So today, let's have an intention to really send the breath down into the belly with each inhale. This helps us relax. So find that perfect amount of effort where you're not trying too hard, but you're trying just enough so that you're accessing your belly. And your breath has a sense of calm washing in and out. When we are calm, we are strong. We have a greater ability to hear our intuition and our instincts. Keep this breath as you ever so slightly start to tilt the pelvis forward and back. Make it so subtle that I can't even tell you're moving. I'm going to exaggerate a little bit just so that if you're wondering what's happening, you can see it. I'm tilting my pelvis forward and back. You're stimulating digestion, stimulating movement, now begin to circle, leading with the rib cage, circling around. You get to decide how subtle or gross, big you make each movement. Reverse the direction. Inhale to center. Exhale, let your arms drop by the sides. We're going to really open both sacs of the lungs. So starting slow, inhale as you reach your arms forward and up, and at the top they come into this little V. So they're not straight up, but they're a little bit in this V, and your heart is the center point of the V. Good, and then you're going to exhale as you go back and down. Inhale as you reach forward and into the V. Exhale, reach it back and down. Your fingers are ever so slightly reaching away from the hands. So you're not stressing, you're not reaching too far, but they're reaching a little bit away from your palms. Good, now this pace might be enough. You might stick with this. If it's comfortable, we're gonna speed it up. So speed up your breath and make your breath a little more powerful. Good, and you can always take a break and then come back in. We're gonna go a little bit longer. If it's comfortable, speed it up more. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Powerful breath. Good, go as fast as you comfortably can. Let your breath go as fast as it comfortably can. Inhale into the V. Hold your breath. Stay here, exhale. Inhale one more time, hold the breath. Notice circulation happening. Exhale, let the arms go. Ooh, you might feel a little heat or coolness or tingling. And just see if you can breathe a tiny bit more easily or openly or deeper. Come back to your ujjayi, sending it into the belly. Walk the feet open, inching your sitting bones back into the chair a little bit. Hands come to the knees, fingers curl to the inner thighs. Ever so slightly lean forward. It's almost like you're reaching forward with your heart, but you're reaching back a little bit with your sitting bones. Your feet are stabilizing you. Feel your breath. Now begin to move side to side, dipping down at center, reaching to the side. Again, you decide how subtle or big you make these movements. You decide the pattern of your breath. The next time that you come to center, pause here. Stay right here or bring your hands down to the earth, let your head hang. On an inhale, rising up. Leaning to the right, let your right palm face up. Pointer finger and thumb touch. Reach your left arm out and up and over the head. Now notice I can have my palm facing forward, or I can reach my thumb behind me, and it's almost like my pinky is trying to draw down and my thumb is trying to reach towards the back wall and up. Gently press down a little bit through your left hip. And then press down through your right elbow. Your right elbow is pressing into the thighs. Start to rotate your heart a little bit more up towards the ceiling. stay here. Or if you'd like to try a bind today, you're gonna slip the arm that's on your thigh in front of the thigh. You're leaning, you're almost reaching for the floor. Now reach this hand that's in the sky down and behind your back and behind the thigh. Now I can touch my right hip crease. I could stay here. Or you can try to reach the hands together, which is quite a bit harder. So it doesn't matter where you end up. Just breathe. Now, in order for me to grab my hands together, my right heel is actually off the floor. I know you can't see that right now, but I had to kind of lift my right knee. I'm on my tippy toes on my right foot. On an inhale, slowly release out. Reach both arms out and up. With strength and control, lean it forward, wide arms, bring it all the way down. Inhale, reaching out and up. Reach up so high, a tiny back bend happens. Exhale all the way down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale all the way down. Inhale all the way up. And open the arms wide. Let your left arm come to your left thigh. Palm faces up. Pointer finger and thumb touch. I'm going to move back for you a little bit. Reaching your right arm up towards the sky and then over the head. Find that position. The palm could face forward, but if you want perfect alignment, you're going to draw your thumb down towards the floor and then back towards the back wall. Reaching through your pinky finger. Ground a little bit through that right hip. Press a tiny bit into the arm that's touching the leg. And start to rotate the heart slightly up towards the ceiling. Stay here, or if you want to try a bind, stay exactly as you are first. Let's take the hand that's in the air this time and just reach it down and behind you and try to reach for your left hip crease. So you could stay right here, gentle twist. You can also take the arm that's on the leg, draw it all the way down to the floor. Fingertips might touch the earth. If you want to try to reach the hands together, you're going to reach this front arm back and try to clasp your hand that's behind you. If you need extra space, you can always cheat, lift your left heel up a little bit. Now you're lengthening out of your hips, so draw the crown of your head away from your hips. Your spine is lengthening. Breathe. On an inhale, releasing out, rising up, reach it out and up. Exhale, out and down. This time, hang here. Head, let's go. Inhale to gaze forward. Exhale, release. Good. Just glide those shoulders in little circles. And inch your feet together. And come rising up. Let's bring the chair so that the seat is facing us. And we're going to open the feet wide. So if you want to turn sideways on your mat, you can. Or if you happen to, be on hardwood flooring or something that's easy to have your feet on, that's okay too. So your feet are going to be wide and you're going to let your hands rest in the seat of the chair. Feet are parallel, so don't let your toes be way out to the side or way in. They're parallel to each other. Good, now you're in a flat back here. Let me kitty corner a little bit. All right, so you're in a flat back. Now, just as we started this morning with that subtle hip tilt, you're going to subtly tilt the hips side to side. So it's almost like I'm leaning into my right hip a little bit, but I'm not bending the knees at all yet. And then I'm leaning into the left hip, almost like I'm wagging my imaginary tail. And you might feel it like way in the creases, deep in the creases of the hip area. Yeah, now you can start to bend into one knee. And when you're ready, bend into the other knee. You might start to feel it down the inner thigh of the leg. If you want to, press into your feet a little bit more. Reach the arms out to the sides. Remember, you don't have to do this. You can always keep the hands on the chair. This is working the whole body. Let's take one more to each side. Bring it to center. Reach back through your sitting bones. Let your hands or even your forearms come down. Inch your toes a little bit inward towards each other, so you're pigeon-toed. And then lean back through your sitting bones as you let your forehead drop down. There's a subtle inward rotation happening in your legs. Your legs are, it's almost like your knees are rotating inward towards each other. Now, if you press through your feet a little bit and help that rotation, you'll feel the sitting bones spread a little bit. Maybe you'll feel the spine lengthen a little more. Inhale, lifting your gaze. Exhale, hands come to the chair. Bend the knees a little bit, inch your feet towards each other. Walk up to the chair. Make sure your chair is in a position where you can use your mat now. You can walk back behind you now. Seat is facing you. Inhale, reaching out and up. Press down through your feet to get taller. Exhale, bowing down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, walk those feet back into downward facing dog. Lean it back, opening your spine. You can stay here or inhale into high plank. Tuck that tailbone. Press through your hands, puffing your upper spine towards the ceiling a little bit. Now reach back through your heels. Try to sink your heels towards the mat. They probably won't touch. Mine don't touch either. But you're drawing those heels down. Good. When you're ready, let the pelvis sink towards the chair. Pull your heart through. You can even bend the elbows for a moment just to help your rib cage through. Press through strong arms into up dog. Can you glide the shoulders back and down a little more? Beautiful. Exhale, down dog. Bend both of your knees. Draw your left heel towards your right foot, bringing it to a 45-degree angle. Lean on it. Step your right foot up to the chair. Your toes might even be under the front of the chair. Now ground through both feet. Ride your inhale as you reach up. Tuck the tailbone, coming into Warrior One, Virabhadrasana 1. Remember, you want your front knee to be right over your ankle. So you don't want to be way back here or way over. Good. Shrug the shoulders up for me for a second. And then drop them down, giving yourself lots of space for the neck. Your heart is shining forward. Find your breath. Make sure it's still there with you. Gently touch the tip of your tongue to the roof of the mouth. Begin to straighten your front knee, hinging at the hips, reaching them back behind you. Bring your fingertips to the chair. Drawing your right hip bone back. You can stay here or gently fold. If you're folding, you can let your elbows jut out to the sides a little bit. Press into the feet, come into a flat back. Inch your chair a little bit closer to you so your hands can be underneath your shoulders. Let your right hand Come down into the seat of the chair. Bring your left hand to your left hip and you're rotating your heart to the side, triangle pose. Your right foot is underneath the chair. Reach this left arm up to the sky. Now notice there's a twist happening here. I actually want this left hip to be rotating down a little bit. And then I want your rib cage to be rotating up towards the ceiling. Couple more breaths, stay here or take the bind. Bring your left hand that's in the air behind your back, reaching for your right hip crease. Draw that left shoulder blade back and down. You might gaze at the wall behind you. Inhale, gently unwind. Exhale, both hands touch the seat of the chair. Lean back a little bit more. Maybe the head can bow down towards the chair. Inhale, flat back. Press a little more into each foot. Inch your chair forward with your hands. Good. Come onto the ball of your back foot. Bend into your front knee. Lunge. Draw your front knee towards the pinky toe edge, kind of opening that right hip. We're going to step back into downward dog. Take one more breath here. And then lean back, step back, walk it out, bending one knee and then the other. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, hips drop, heart lifts. Shoulder blades glide back and down. When you're ready, down dog. Gazing forward, walk it up into a flat back. Bowing down. Press into your feet as you inhale, rising out and up. Exhale, arms reach out and down. Inhale, Utkatasana, sit down as you reach out. Exhale, gently fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, down dog. I'm going to turn as we do the other side. Bend the knees, drawing your right heel towards your left foot. Your right foot is at a 45-degree angle. Lean on it. Step your left foot up to the chair. Your toes are going to be under the front of the chair so you can't see them. Good, press into both feet. Inhale, rising up as you tuck the tailbone. Now just double check, is your front knee over your ankle? Shrug the shoulders up towards the ears for a moment, squeeze them up. Exhale, let them drop down. Enjoy that space around your neck. Find your drishti, find your breath. You're building strength, stability, endurance. When life gets hard, we can come back to these moments in yoga where we breathe through it, where we notice energy building. We have the ability to have at least a little bit of control over our own selves, but we don't have control over everything that happens in life. But we have a say in how we react to it. Let your challenges in life make you stronger. Begin to reach your sitting bones back as you straighten your front knee. Arms slowly come forward and down to the chair. Reaching back especially through that left hip. If you'd like to, you can bend the elbows and gently fold. Just notice what feels best for your leg today. Every day is different. Inhale to straighten the arms if they're bent. You can bend the knee just a tiny bit. Just inch your chair right up close to you. Bring your left hand into the seat of the chair. Your left foot is underneath the chair. Right hand comes to your right hip, letting your heart turn to the side. Now your right hip is actually rotating downward a little bit. And then your rib cage is rotating up towards the ceiling. Reach your right arm up to the sky, triangle pose. We're doing a lot for circulation and digestion today. Remember that we have a belly brain. And it is said that happiness is made in our gut. Stay here with the hand in the air or bring it behind your back, reaching for your left hip crease. Draw that right shoulder back and down. You can tuck the chin and gaze towards the back wall. Back of the neck is lengthening and strengthening. Breath is steady. Slowly unwind. Both hands come to the chair. The chair is nice and close to you now. Reaching back through that left sitting bone, maybe fold. On an inhale, rising up. Inch the chair forward. Bend into your front knee. Come onto the ball of your back foot. You're in a lunge. Lean your front knee towards the pinky toe edge, so the outer edge of your foot. Good. One more inhale. Lift and lengthen through your heart. Lean back, step back, downward dog, walk it out. Ooh, good job. Last optional vinyasa, if you want to. Glide your heart forward over your hands. You're gonna get to a point someday where your heart is even farther over your fingertips. And you're puffing that upper spine a little bit, but it's not so crazy. But it's happening a little bit. Your tailbone is tucked and your heels are reaching back, and you should feel nice and strong here. Maybe pass through up dog. And down dog. When you're ready, gaze forward, walk it up, flat back. Bowing down. Inhale, rising out and up. Press down through your feet. Draw your front rib cage towards your spine. Exhale, out and down. Inhale, Utkatasana. Sit down as you reach up. Stay here. On an inhale, shoot to standing. Exhale with a sigh. If possible, close the eyelids in mountain. Pick 2 words that describe how you feel right now. Bring the palms together at the heart, lifting the heart, bowing the head. And let's come into Shavasana. Either resting in the chair or lying down. I'll sing you a blessing today. And then we'll rest in silence. Let your whole body go limp. Let everything relax. Let any effort in your breath surrender. Can you now allow your breath or your body to breathe for itself? Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Sat Chidananda Murtaya Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Sat Chidananda Murtaya Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
gently. Let your breath get deeper. Wiggle the fingers and toes. And if you're laying down, you can roll onto one side. Coming back to seated in your own time. Bringing the palms together at heart center. Taking one slow breath. Lifting the heart and bowing the head. One last time. Picking two words that describe how you feel now. May we all be healthy. May we all be happy. May we all be strong. May we all be relaxed. Enjoy this beautiful day. It's a gift to be here with you. Namaste.